And then they were like,
Oh my god!
this on my wall.
Hi, I'm Alison.
I'm Rainer.
I'm Amanda.
Hi Leah, this is
ZULA ChickChats.
Okay, so today's episode of ZULA ChickChats is about mixed school culture because we already did an episode on girls' school culture and boys' school culture. Before we start off with that, right, please let us know what school you guys are from.
I was from Nanhua High School.
I was from Assumption English School.
I was from the most neighborhood school, Bedok South Secondary School.
Oh, okay. From primary school, were you all also from mixed school?
Oh, I was from a girls' school. I was from Raffles Girls Primary School.
I was from Head Girls School.
I was always from a mixed school. My primary school was 没礼貌小学.
没礼貌
No manners. 没礼貌.
没礼貌
Oh my god, I've
It's
never
closed
heard.
already. It's closed. So we
Extinct.
combined.
Yeah, I've
we
never
combined
heard
with two
that.
other schools to become Lakeside Primary School.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought you were
Marymount.
playing a pun on like Marymount. So now we know what school you guys are from. The actual first question is talking about your mixed school experience. Maybe we start off with you, Amanda, because you went from girls' school to mixed school. So was there like a very big difference?
Yes.
Okay.
It was such a big difference. It's like suddenly, boys. Like suddenly a lot of boys everywhere.
Yeah.
Then I don't know how to talk to them because I don't have any siblings who are guys, and I don't really have a lot of guy friends. So like when I first like met all the guys from my primary school, from my secondary school, it was like it was kind of uncomfortable at first, especially for like the first 6 months, cause the way that guys communicate and girls communicate is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, girls are just like, oh, they're very huggy, and then they're very like, and
Yeah,
then when they see each
yeah.
other, it's like, that kind. Then if you do that to a guy, they'll just be like, seriously.
Secondary school is the first time I saw guys bulges.
Oh,
Like last time we would go swimming, like then got this guy, he didn't have swimwear, so he wore like, you know those top man boxers. Yeah, then me and my friend were just like sitting down like this. Then he walked over from the swimming pool. Then I see something like that. I was like, what the fuck is that? Then, you know when there's a bulge and then there's the water and then
yeah.
everything just everything just appears.
It should be-
And then it was
feel
here.
the
It was
heat
literally
radiating.
here. Then I was like, yeah. Then he's like, yeah. Y'all wanna swim? Then I was like,
She really swimming in hormones.
Then he walked away, right? Then I looked at my friend. Then she looked at me. Then she's like, oh my god, do you see his? Then I like, then I was scared. Eh.
For me, right, because I started off right off the bat in a co-ed school, I didn't have any trouble talking to girls.
Oh.
No lah, but there were a lot of girls, almost equal number of girls and guys in class. My primary school culture was the girls and the guys we tend not to touch each other and mix with each other, right? But yeah, I mean of course not lah. But basically like in secondary school, I don't know if it's like puberty or what, but everybody was just mixing and like a lot of relationships happened. My school was a little bit special because it started off as a boys' school, and then they see the next door CHIJ primary school, then they're like, hey, come join us. Then they become a mixed school. The cultures were like exactly what you would expect from a boys' school, but with also a girls' school culture. For example, girls' school, they were like
What is this?
okay, so a lot of the times like the girls will like tease each other and like flip each other's boobs or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that happened, but cross-gender as well.
What?
I got a girl who like grabbed my balls
Oh my
for
god.
fun. It wasn't fun for me, it was quite painful.
That is molestation.
I just no, like I asked her for homework, then like you know the table like square, right? I was sec 3 lah, so I was tall enough for my crotch area to be at the table. Then I just like, can I get your homework? Then she like, no! Then I have, what the fuck? She just
Oh
grabbed
my
her.
god, this girl
For
is
no reason.
kinky.
So for me, coming from a single-sex school for 10 years, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so what I actually want to know about, right, is like the relationship dynamics between people in mixed school.
You will see like people in school like hold hands.
Yeah.
Oh, they hold hands in school?
Yeah.
Common lah, but not in front of the teachers.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
teachers
not
will
Canteen,
scold lah.
canteen.
Yeah. They will hold hand like that. They will hold hand and then the teacher.
Yeah.
They will do that. They will like.
Then
They're
like
very obvious.
during free period or something, right? Like the girls will like sit on the guy's lap.
Yeah.
that kind of- It's very open actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did the teachers say anything or not?
They will try to subtly hint like, if you all go out, you'll be representing the school. So like you wear your school uniform, then you cannot do this, that. But people don't care. One of my good friends, there was once we all hung out together. So there were 4 of us. One of them is one of my friends, like boyfriend. So we all went to her house together.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, then we were all in the room. So we were watching a movie together. The couple was sitting behind us, so I didn't know what was going on behind. So I heard this exact sound. I never lie. This is really the exact sound. I was like, Maggie mee What? Maggie mee 冇同我講咧 never tell me leh. They go eat Maggie mee behind, never tell me. So I turned around, and then they were like,
Oh my god!
and then I was like, oh no, I cannot see. And then some more like the toilet was behind, so I wanted to go toilet, but I have to wait for them to finish making out first. So I just sat down there until my pee wanted to come out. Then finally heard the slurping stop. Then I was like, okay, they finished kissing. Then
Oh my god!
In Sec 1, I liked this girl. Yeah, she was from dance. She was the most popular girl in school. And then when she was in Sec 2, she got together with a guy in Sec 1. And then it was a big hoo-ha because like everybody knew her, right? Then they had sex on the staircase.
In school?
Yeah.
That escalated quickly.
If you look at it at my viewpoint, it's very sweet because like I'm yearning for this girl. I'm like waiting for her, blah blah.
And then she suddenly had sex.
Yeah, then I don't know. I suddenly like the next day, right? Everybody was talking about like, oh my god, this and this, like they had sex in the staircase. And I was like, wow, heartbreak. After they had sex, right? She had a pregnancy scare. Oh shit! She found out that she was pregnant. The boyfriend stopped. Yeah, and then like she come crying, and then the best friend was like, hey, you need to come and blah blah blah. Then we meet, and then like during that time, right, because I still had a crush on her even though like I knew that they had sex and like I heartbroken and shit, right. I was just like 14 or what, and I'm like asking myself, am I ready to be a dad?
Sorry, what?
Such a weird segue, but I was just like,
Oh my gosh.
oh shit.
My school is the kind like we were like go on MSN, right? Then wait for the person to like ping up. Then like we'll change the caption to some like very cheesy like Taylor Swift quote, right?
Yes.
April
Me in the falling rain. That then it's like a subtle hint to the guy to like, please reply. That kind of thing. Like secondary school was a confusing time. Like nobody was like direct. Only at chalet then kiss each other cheek, then like secretly happy kind.
Well, with all that relationship drama out of the way, how about friendships? Like, is there a very big divide between like the girls and the guys?
Usually the popular cliques were made up of both girls and guys, but the rest of the regular like groups are just like girls altogether, or like guys altogether.
It's really like separated. Then only if they have a reason to mix, like they are
the
in a
girlfriend,
relationship, then somehow we hang out as a group. All the guys in my bio class, right, they go crazy like, teacher, what is ejaculation? Teacher, what is like cum made of? Teacher, what is the white thing that will come out? All the girls just like this. Then all the guys just like ha ha ha, think damn funny.
No, but actually those questions, right, they know already.
Yeah.
They just want to like
Ask the teacher.
Yeah, just want to like kick
disturb
the teacher.
Actually, the girls in my class quite open. Like they will be like, "Who got pet?" Then somebody will be like, "I have shoe." Then somebody will throw across the room. Then there was this time we landed on like this guy's desk. Then he was doing it.
Oh my god.
Closest friends today, my friends from secondary school. Yeah, it's not just all guys. I do have like female friends as well. She would give me the female perspective. I will ask her about my crush. It's like, you think she will like me or not? That kind of thing. Like, even until this day, like I will ask her for advice or if I don't understand females.
So we talked a bit about friendships, right? How about cases of bullying? Because I think in girls' schools, like girls can be quite bitchy. And for guys, they like fight each other a lot, right? And in this case, it's like, is it between genders, like the guy bully the girl or the girl bully the guy, or what is the kind of dynamic?
I feel like secondary school, right, is the first time I kind of know what boys think about girls. And the way that I hear them talk about girls, right, is like damn bad. Like they will comment about, oh my god, this girl's boobs like sagging, yeah. Or like, wow, the girl's thigh damn big eh.
Oh yeah, like, they will say things like
or
that.
like, oh my god, she never shave kind.
I would say that I was one of the immature ones, just because like I didn't know what thunder thighs was. So I was from judo. Then there was this girl, right? Because like when you throw people, you need to use a lot of thighs. So like I was just like, hey, girl X has thunder thighs. Then like she got extreme sharp hearing, from across the canteen. She like, who said I got thunder thighs? Then she come. Then I was like, fuck. Then she whacked my back, no.
Oh my god.
So this second part, right, it's actually to talk about misconceptions of mixed school students. The first misconception is actually that mixed school students are very gangster. So for example, very Ah-Beng or Ah-Lian.
For my school at least, it's not a misconception, right? It's quite true. Behind my school, right, is like a boys' home. They come from a very tough background and they get like a lot of influences from outside as well. So like they bring that culture into the school, and then because of that culture, the girls also that get together with the guys, or for example like slowly they join the gangs and everything.
I think mine is like yes and no, because there's only like one very like big clique of Ah-Bengs and one very big clique of Ah-Lians. Like it's not like everyone is Ah-Beng and Ah-Lian.
The next misconception is that y'all mix your mother tongue and English more than like single sex schools.
I do agree that we seem more chapalang and Singlish. Like I feel like girls' school girls, right, has this certain English that they use when they talk to each other.
Very eloquent.
Like hey babe, yeah, so like yesterday I was
Oh my god, babe.
like got a bit of like the tiang.
Mixed schools tend to use mother tongue, right? And
Yeah.
we do. That's why I'm ashamed that my mother tongue is not good. I don't know why.
Then the misconception should be like y'all are very good at mother tongue lah, right?
Yeah, which is not true.
Okay, so another commonly said thing is that people from mixed school explore sexual stuff like earlier on in their age, like compared to like other single sex schools. I mean, I think it's a bit proven based on the stories that you all have
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah, quite. They
Got more
explore the sexy things.
opportunities.
Yeah, but I thought for girls' school you all would like look for guys.
Have, but I think because don't have the opportunities that you're right, it's very hard to, even if we meet people outside, right, it's just like that kind, then never like hold hand, all this kind of thing. Right? This is one is about girls from mixed schools, is that they are more boy crazy and very more cholo. Like anyhow, like
I thought that's for girls' school. Back when I was in the girls' school, we really like we wear skirt, right? They were just like, yeah, that kind of thing. Wow, got wear shorts and then wear shorts, we'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. So I don't think, actually I think it's the opposite of what you said. It's
Yeah.
the
I also
opposite.
think so. No, I feel like girls' school girls are fucking boy crazy. They are mad. Like they never see boys in their life.
I think like the girls' school girls, they like to fantasize, right? But for the mixed school girls, they already see what reality is.
Yeah.
And then just like, never mind lah.
Also, it's like completely not even like crazy at all.
No.
Some of the girls can't even like wait to get rid of the guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
they're
you
just
just
like annoying.
Like instead
Yeah.
of like a fantasy, you just like, ayo, it's like that.
Yeah.
This is what guys are. This is
Yeah.
what girls are
Yeah.
for guys school guys.
Any advice to people who are in secondary school, right? Or your younger selves, what would you have told yourself to do better or change?
Oh my god.
Don't cut that bow hairstyle. Be nice to your classmates, whether you like it or not. Sometimes the things you say, you might not like think it's a very important thing or whatsoever, but maybe the other person will remember it for life.
Yeah, especially I think like the guys, like for guys towards girls, right? Sometimes like can be very, very insensitive in like, terms of their comments, because they don't realize like how it affects, especially if it's specific to the gender.
Yeah.
Like appearance wise, like kind of
Yeah.
comment. Some girls may not be able to handle that.
Because I hear what the guys say about girls, right? Then I will relate it to my own body, like, oh, is my boobs really? Is it as saggy as they?
For me,
Don't fight.
I would say that enjoy your secondary school life.
Yes.
Because it's the time of your life where you can experiment as much as possible, and even though there's judgment here and there, right, it won't really affect you that much if you get into trouble. Like it's so early on that you still have a chance to redeem yourself. You know, that's what I feel lah. Like
Unless you get
I was-
somebody pregnant.
Oh,
unless
okay,
unless
okay,
you
okay.
unless you get somebody pregnant, then try not to be too adult. Because a lot of us during secondary school, right, like a lot of these like sex and whatever is very adult things, and I feel like we were not mature enough to handle this kind of like topics and situations, and also study hard because like even though there are avenues for you to explore afterwards, even if you don't do well, but if you do well, you have more options lah.
Okay, so that concludes our episode today, and we talked about mixed school culture, and we concluded that
Secondary school is a great time.
enjoy your younger days.
Enjoy your youth,
Yes.
guys.
Enjoy your youth, yeah.
Enjoy it.
So if you like this video, leave in a comment down below what you liked about it, and also if you want to see more school topics, let us know what you want us to film next time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!
Bye.